Hello, in this video I'm going to talk a little about what the SMARTree format entails. When you load these SMARTrees into the SMARTree client, they take on a fairly familiar looking format to the casual user. For example, if I bring in this material, it has this particular structure, and you can organize this structure any way you like. Then save this as a SMARTree. But what is this file when you save this file? So the file itself is XML. It's an open format. I can show you what that file looks like in that same folder right here. So this is that material. If I open that in an editor, in this case Notepad++, you'll see that the file is XML and it has a couple of different sections. So we'll talk about those sections. So the top section here describes it as an XML. The next thing you'll see is an XSL style sheet. And that style sheet and template is used to display this file in a browser, and I'll get to that momentarily. Beyond that, we have a script to recognize what that tree is in terms of when it was created and when it was modified. So that information is also stored here, and the user that worked on this tree, in this case me. And then the next part to this is the actual XML data itself. So if you scroll down, you'll get to the area where you're now in the XML area. You're leaving the style sheet, and here is the element data. So the top part of this is the information about this particular tree. Here are what are called smart tags. This particular tree is a material, it's a thermoplastic, it's a prepreg, and it might have been a material that was where the information was captured at CCM, for instance. The next level, or the next body of this information is the tree itself. So here are the elements. Right here is an element block. So this would be considered one single element in the tree. So if you look at the tree itself, we'll hide this. This first row right here is this piece of information right here. And then you can see all the information is that you see in this entire tree right here. This is all XML, is what is displayed right here. So one of the nice things about this is XML itself, although it's very crude to work with and edit, and I encourage you not to edit these files yourself, but you can display them in any browser, and it will actually apply this XSL style sheet if you do so. So for instance, if I go back to any browser, I can actually open that very same tree in that browser by just simply dragging it in. So if I drag it in there, and the XSL style sheet will then be used to basically display the tree like you see here. So now, once again, it starts to look like a normal tree, and it's very easy to visualize what's in this particular tree. In this case, it's information about this particular composite. So the information is up here, the info on the file is up here as before, and all the content is displayed. The type, the data, when it was modified, all that information is displayed right here. So it's an easy to visualize format. If you're interested in creating a report out of a SMARTree, that can be done also. So here is our SMARTree, and if you say wanted to create a web report out of this, which is different than the XML file, you can actually hit the report button, and you can select, I would like to make a web page out of this site right here, out of this SMARTree. Hit save, and what I'll do is I'll just save it on my desktop, for instance, and I'll just save it as, in this case, APC2 lamina. And that will generate a page that looks like this. So this page, once again, has the form of a tree with a few extra bells and whistles. You're able to collapse elements of this tree, and you know, it nicely organizes each element with its units and whatnot. So it's just another way of displaying this tree, but in this case, it's saved as a report. So that's basically how that works. The other option you have to display this tree is if you want to make a report, you can also make a spreadsheet out of this. So if you hit save, you can save this on the desktop as a spreadsheet. I'll just call it APC2 again. And opening that, you can see here it populates the information right here. And once again, all the information is here in a row series format. The data is right here. And the only thing with this is it doesn't really look like a tree, but it is a list sequence of the entire contents of that particular SMARTree. So that's the other format that you can save a SMARTree as well. So there's a number of different ways. You can save it as a web page, an Excel spreadsheet. You can, if you so wish, edit the XML directly, although as I mentioned before, it's not the nicest way of doing it. It's better off doing it inside here, because this makes sure when you edit it inside the SMARTree client, when you save that data, the formatting is retained, and you have little chance of or no chance of generating any error in the syntax of the file. So this is really where you want to be working. And yeah, so that's basically the formats of these trees and how, what is basically contained within and what it looks like. Thank you.